Hi, I'm Samantha Nolan-Smith. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Spiritual Feminist TV, where we speak all about building your business from the inside out. So recently I was asked about attracting your ideal client. And there's lots of information that people provide you about ideal clients and how to find them and how to work out who they are. And there's a couple of techniques that I think are useful. The first is getting really clear on who you want to serve, external to who you think is out there. So often we have these limiting stories about, I'd really like to make, let's say, some good money in my business, and I'd really like to attract clients that are able to pay good prices for my services. And yet we have stories about, the people in my area can't afford it, or it would be selfish of me to charge those prices, or other limitations that we have around the idea of charging. And so we have an idea about who a client might be that's ideal to us, and then we have a story about our own worthiness and about being able to meet that client. And so the first thing is to get clear, just rather than look out there, is to turn within and to work out, what kind of business do I actually want? Do I want a business that is high-end, premium prices? Does that feel like a match to me? Or do I want a business that is about serving the masses, and therefore I can charge smaller prices because I'll be serving more people, and that will allow me to generate the income that I need to live well? Making that choice first of all, getting clear on that first of all. The second thing that I would say is to notice who's showing up. When I first started my business, I had really very little idea about who might be interested in the type of work that I wanted to offer the world. So I put it out there and I just noticed who turned up, either who emailed me about the work, who came for an appointment, who asked me questions, which friends asked me questions about it when we went out for a coffee, for example. And I started to notice that the detail of those people, that there were certain characteristics of those people that were similar, that they were all generally women, that they were all generally in the same age group, let's say sort of late 20s to their early 40s. They were all had certain life experiences. They had all worked in certain environments that were no longer satisfying to them, for example, and they were looking for something different. Or they had succeeded in every way they had been told was the way to succeed in the world, and they knew there was something missing, and so they were interested in turning within. So there were certainly some demographic elements to it, but the more important elements were, where were they at emotionally, psychologically, energetically? What were they needing on those levels? And when I started to see patterns there, I started to get a real sense of who my clients were. And then I could ask myself, and are they the clients that I want to serve? Am I attracting to myself the types of clients that I really feel myself here to serve? And fortunately for me, that was a match. For others, they find, no, because I've got some fears around standing out or being seen, and so I'm attracting lots of clients of that nature, and I'm finding it really frustrating. If that's the case, and you find that the people that you're attracting are not a match up with your ideal client that you've got in your mind as who you'd really like to work with, then you've got a couple of choices. You can either let go of the story about who your ideal client should be and embrace those who are showing up for you, or you can do the work around clearing whatever it is that you're finding is blocked in the people that are coming to you, because if you clear it, that block in yourself, then you will find that different types of people come to you. People without those limitations will start showing up. I use things like Pinterest. I find Pinterest really useful because writing a lot of information about who I'd like to attract doesn't work as well for me as putting up a lot of pictures that visually I can see who I want to work with. I have little comments on each of the pictures that I've pinned about something about that client. And so I have ideal client boards for programs and generally for the business. And of course, there are all the research techniques that are incredibly useful, and I do not discount any of those. From researching on Google to seeing what people are talking about on Amazon, to listening and observing the way people respond in online forums, and then gathering that information together to understand what people's needs are and then how to serve them best. Because at the end of the day, when you understand that and then you're able to communicate that back to them, then you will draw to you the clients that you're really looking to serve. So I hope that's been helpful, and if you enjoyed it, I would love you to share it with all of your friends, and come on over and subscribe at samanthanolan-smith.com, where we share loads of tools and resources for building your business successfully and sustainably from the inside out. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.